Hi, I'm Simon with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we're going to show you how to repair your appliance. Are you ready? Remember, anytime you work on your appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there is no chance of electrocution. In this video, we'll show you how to replace the freezer temperature control in a Frigidaire refrigerator. It's going to be a very easy repair. Should only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. For this job, we're going to need a 1/4-inch nut driver and a flat blade screwdriver. When you open up the package, you're going to get a new freezer temperature control and the instructions. The freezer temperature control is located inside the control panel on the left. Its sensor bulb is stretched into the freezer compartment. If nothing works in the refrigerator but the lights and dispenser, let's open the refrigerator door. Okay, let's lower the top shelf. It's adjustable shelf, so as low as possible so it will be out of the way. We start with taking the light bulb out. Simply unscrew it, turning it counterclockwise. Push the release button and the filter pops out. Now we're going to use the 1/4-inch nut driver and remove that screw at the back that holds the waterline cover. And now we can pull the cover down and out of the housing. We're now going to remove that screw at the back and use a 1/4-inch nut driver. Now we can remove the 2 screws that holds the front control panel. They are all 1/4-inch screws, so I'm going to use the same 1/4-inch screwdriver for the rest of the screws. And one here in the front of the side panel. And the last screw at the back behind the damper grill. That would be the longest screw. And now I'm going to lower down the whole assembly and press the tabs on the side of the plug and pull it apart. So I can use a towel because there would be some water in the lines and press the locking collar in and pull the line out. So we're going to do the same thing here on this side. Press in the collar and pull out the line. We can remove the towel, and now we're going to pull out the sensor bulb from the freezer compartment. It's installed in the bracket. And let's put the assembly on a workable surface. We're going to start with taking off the knob. I'm going to use a flat blade screwdriver. I'm going to insert it underneath of the knob and just pry it out. Now we're going to need to remove this temperature control from the bracket. Again, a flat blade screwdriver. I'm going to put it in here in the bracket and carefully bend it open so we can remove the temperature control. And now, again, flat blade screwdriver. I'm going to remove the 2 wires from the terminals. Now we have left green ground wire. Actually, it's 2 ground wires here. Flat blade screwdriver, pry it off. So we're going to free the sensor bulb, as you saw from that clip over here. And then I'm going to unplug that plug so we can follow the sensor bulb. Okay, at this point we're going to need to separate the damper installation. The top portion with the motor will come off, and we are going to pull the sensor bulb from this plastic insulation tube. I'm gonna leave it like that, hanging down there. It will be easy to install a new one in. This is the old freezer temperature control next to the new one. If you don't have this part, you can get it from appliancepartspros.com. Before we go into the installation of the new freezer temperature control, I would like you to pay attention to this instruction sheet that came with the new control. You see that connector, which is joined in the middle? That is one of the possible connectors which will come with this fridge. But it also depends on the model, exact model and serial number. This thermostat, cold control, is a universal part for all Frigidaire refrigerators in this model number. So that's why they designed different connectors. In our case, we don't have to separate this bridge between two terminals because we already have two separate terminals here. So we're going to take these instructions out of the way and proceed with installation. Now we can unroll this sensor bulb. It's nice and soft. Just be careful at the very base of it here. And now we're going to insert the tip of the sensor bulb into the plastic tube holder. Should go all the way, and the tip of the sensor bulb should be at the very end of the tube here. Then we're going to turn that damper and install it. I'm going to continue installing the sensor bulb. Put this under the harness. We could have done it earlier, but it's okay as long as you're not breaking that sensor bulb. And we're going to put it inside the clip here. And here too. And bend it sharp. Now we're going to connect the wires to the new temperature control terminals. It's not important in which order it will go on. And then we're going to put the green ground wire on that little post here. And it's ready to be installed into the brackets here. First we're going to slide one side in. Then we're going to use the flathead screwdriver to bend open that clip slowly. Don't overbend it so it will break off otherwise. So, and then we're going to push it down and release the clip. So the new temperature control is installed. We're going to plug in this into the defrost control board. And then we're going to route the wire harness around the post and down into cutout here, basically out of the way Now we're going to put the knob on. Please look here that it has on one side wide opening and on the top is a narrow opening. We need to match the shaft of the control. It's on. We're going to leave it at the factory setting, that arrow. And now we can take it back into the fridge and install it. All right, now we're going to install the sensor bulb into the opening. And now we're going to connect the plug at the top. You need to make sure it's in. You're supposed to hear a click. Now we can reconnect the water lines. Push it in all the way. Hold it. Press it in. And the second one. Make sure it's not coming out. So lift the whole thing up. And now we're going to install the screws. Are you going to use a 1/4-inch nut driver? I'm going to install this first. Then we go next on the left. Next goes another 1/4-inch screw behind the water filter housing. Now this is the longest screw, goes in the back. And one more screw here at the front of the side panel. Now we're going to install the waterline cover. Those two tabs in front goes into the two slots at the back of the water filter housing, and this little pin over here will go into the slot in the ceiling. First we're going to install this front end into these slots, and I'm going to lift the back, route the tubings around the pin in the middle, and lock this pin into the ceiling. And now we're gonna put the screw. It's a 1/4-inch as the rest of them. Next we're going to install the water filter. It goes in this way. Slide it in and push in to lock. Now we can install the light bulb back in. Turning it clockwise. And now we can adjust the top shelf just the way you want it. And now we can close the door. Plug the fridge back in and make sure it's cooling. Thank you for being a part of another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. For any of your future appliance repair projects, please check out our other repair videos available on our site, on Facebook, and on YouTube.